Namaste and welcome to today's class. So today we're going to try and keep class to a half an hour so that you can fit either this class on its own as a standalone or in addition to another class if you have time for a longer practice. But just enabling you a little less time on your computer and a little easier opportunity to fit a practice into your day. And so today's practice, we're in fall, we're in October, and sometimes as we move into fall, as beautiful as the season is, for some of us it can bring up grief. This is an emotional time because it's endings and it's things are dying, and it can bring up our own internal grief and things that we're losing or have lost in our life, people, situations, whatever. And so it can be a very emotional time for some of us and a bit of a sad time sometimes, especially if you don't like winter. So anyway, today's practice, we are going to be using mantra in our asana practice. And we're going to start with something really simple like Om. And not only does the vibration help to raise your vibration through your practice, but it also helps us to control the breath. We're going to be using the mantra on the exhale. So it helps us to slow down our breath. And as you know, yoga is what makes yoga different from any other physical exercise is the control of the breath, or the pranayama that we practice in our yoga practice. So we're going to get started, and I know you might feel a little weird doing this at home by yourself. Maybe you can be in a room or just do it a little bit softer. If you can do it a little bit louder without feeling silly, please do, because the vibration that you create with your voice really helps to raise your vibration, as I said previously. And also it can really help to move grief or sadness or loneliness through your body and release it through the use of your voice. And I found this particularly helpful when I was going through some grief, to just sing out whatever it was I was feeling, and pretty soon I wouldn't feel sad anymore, in spite of the fact that the situation hadn't changed at all. So let's get started. We're going to start with some simple breath and just using Om, and then we'll add another mantra to incite joyfulness into the heart center a little bit later through our practice. So you can start with feet hip width or feet together, whichever feels best in your body. And we're just going to start with our movements. So with our breath, inhaling, palms reaching up to the sky as though you could touch the sky. And as we exhale, bringing the hands back to that connection towards earth. And let's just do that a few times. Inhale up. And exhaling down, and we're breathing through the nose on both the inhale up and the exhale. So inhaling up again. And exhaling, hands move towards earth. This time we're going to add Om on the exhale. So inhaling up. Om. And inhale up. Om. And inhale up, and really feel into the vibration here as you Om with your own voice. Om. And we're going to add a little bit more movement into this with some sun salutations if I have room on my mat here. So inhaling up. And then we'll Om as we fold forward. Om. Inhale, lifts the heart. Exhale, we fold and Om once again. Om. Let's step the right foot to the back of the mat. And as we inhale our heart forward, we exhale, drop the back knee. Om. We can keep the hands grounded, or inhale and reach up to the sky. Om. The Om brings the hands back down to the mat. Lift the back knee. And let's step forward to meet our left foot. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale as we fold, we Om, belly draws in. Om. Bend your knees deeply. Inhale, circle your arms and rise up as though you could touch the sky. And as we exhale, draw hands to heart center with your Om. Om. Let's keep moving with our breath. Inhale up. Om to exhale and fold. Om. Inhale, lifts the heart. And as we exhale, we'll step to the back of our mat. Whoops. Lengthen your heart forward on an inhale here. Exhale, Om as you drop the back knee. Om. Inhale, reach up to the sky, or you can keep your hands on blocks or your mat as well. Exhale, release to the earth with your Om. Om. Lift the back knee and step forward. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, Om as you fold. Om. Inhale, reach up to the sky. And Om to your heart center. Om. Just take a moment in your mountain pose now, just to check in and feel some of that vibration, moving energy through your body, moving prana. With each inhale, we bring prana in. And with those Oms, moving the prana throughout our body, and especially into the heart center. Let's do another full sun salutation this time. Inhaling, reaching up. Exhale to Om and fold. Om. Inhale, lift the heart. And as we exhale, step back into plank with your Om. Om. Let's stay here for an inhale. And use your exhale to Om and lower to the earth. Om. Inhale, lengthen and rise up, Cobra. Or Up Dog, your choice. And exhale, Om to Child's Pose. Om. Inhale to rise into tabletop. And let's just do a few rounds of cat-cow, getting the body moving a little bit more. Inhale, cow. Exhale, Om to cat. Om. Belly draws in as you Om. Two more. Inhale. Exhale. Om. Last one. Inhale. Om. Take one more inhale. And this time as we press back to down dog, we'll just be quiet and Om in your mind. Take an inhale here. And as you exhale, again, you can hear the sound Om in your mind as you step, walk, or float to the top of your mat. Inhale, your heart lifts. Exhale, we bow down. Inhale, we rise up. And you can either Om out loud or silently in your head. Om as hands come to heart center. Take a pause here. And then look over your right shoulder, and we're going to step the right foot wide to the back of our mat. Feet parallel here, the outside edges of your foot parallel to the short end of your mat. And we're going to come into a functional forward fold and make some space for breath, which helps us with our mantras as we say them, and with the vibration that we're able to create with the air from the heart center. So let's start by bringing hands up, palms facing one another, and then bring your fingertips almost your fingertips together, but creating a space between your palms as though you were holding something that you don't want to squish. Take an inhale, reach up, and then as we exhale, send the hips back out behind you as you reach forward. Sending the hips back, bring the body parallel to the floor. Elbows are slightly bent here. I should be turned the other way. Whoops. Elbows are slightly bent here. Take an inhale, and as we exhale, release the fingertips to blocks, to your mat, little micro bend in your knees, and walk your fingertips forward as you send the sit bones back. And now breathe not only into the front ribs, but also into the back ribs and the side ribs, so all the way around, as though your torso is a cylinder. And try to lengthen your ribs away from your pelvis, away from your hips. Sending the tail, the sit bones back, a little more weight into your heels. You might even lift your toes up to facilitate that. And lengthening the ribs, the crown, the fingertips away from the hips. Breathing 360 degrees here. Using your ujjayi breath, making more space for the breath. And then you can release the hands into any hand position for Prasarada Padottanasana, or wide-legged forward fold. You might grab your big toes with your peace fingers. You might just have your hands on blocks in front of you. Or you might have your hands on your shins or your ankles here as well. But let the top of the head spill. And then bring your hands to your shins or to your blocks. Straighten the arms, lift the torso so your torso comes parallel to the floor. And then hands to your hips. Inhale, come all the way up, pressing down into the feet. And take a moment's pause here for present moment awareness and just noticing energy flowing through the body. And then we're going to turn the feet out for goddess or fiery angel, so that the knees, as we bend our knees, will be pointing in the same direction as our feet, and make the adjustment so that that works for your body. So taking an inhale, reach up to the sky, bring your palms together, release your index fingers, exhale, sit down, coming into goddess. And it's like we're a flame here. We're grounding through the legs so that we're grounded to the earth, but we're reaching up for inspiration, lifting up, helping to inspire some joy and some life into the body. Take one more breath here. And then as we exhale, we're going to bring the hands to the thighs and then begin to lean forward a little bit. So we're going to come into a little bit of a side stretch, again making more space for breath. So I'm going to take my right hand against my right thigh and press it away as I lean towards the left. So I'm using this as a fulcrum to push away and create space in through the right side body here. Inhale, 360 degrees, front, back, and sides. Coming back to center. And exhale. Press the left hand into the left leg and make space in that left side body. Stay here for an inhale. Exhale, come to center. And let's do a couple more times to each side. Pressing into the right leg as we shift over to the left. Coming through center, pressing left. Nice big inhale here to make space. Coming through center, press right. Exhale as we shift to the other side, and inhale as we arrive. Inhale. Exhale through center. And inhale as you arrive. One more round. Get into the rhythm of your breath. And as we come back to center, we rise up into our upright position, so shoulders over hips. If you need to straighten your legs for a moment and come back in, that's okay to do. And then we reach up and bend the elbows. So we're going to do something with our hands here. This is called Mushti Mudra with our hands. And we're going to open our palms really wide, or open our fingers really wide. Take an inhale here. Draw the elbows back and lift the heart. And as we exhale, close the fists and bring the forearms together. Let the back curl as though you're doing a cat-cow. Inhale wide and open. Lift the heart. Maybe even lift your gaze. Exhale, close the fist, close the arms, close the body. Let's do that a few more times. Inhale wide. I'm going to turn to the side. Keep moving with your breath. Exhale. Draw it in. Draw the belly in. Draw the chin in. Inhale wide as we lift. And exhale. Let's do two more. Wide fingers, lifted heart. Exhale, draw it in. One more. And exhale. And then reach up, that inspiration as we rise up. And come all the way up, straightening your legs. Turning the feet parallel once again. Take a moment's pause here. Nice inhale breath. Slow exhale breath. Take one more round of breath here. Sorry, I'm just watching my time so I don't go over. And then we're simply going to turn our left toes to the top of our mat. We're moving into position for Warrior One. And move the right foot slightly in so the back heel is out a little bit more, so that we can now shift our hips to face the front of our mat. So front knee is bent. Inhale. Reach up to the sky. So we're in our Warrior One position. And we're going to add a little bit of breath retention here that helps us build prana in the heart center. So take an inhale and just a gentle pause at the top of your inhale. You can have your palms together or arms wide. Little pause. And exhale to Om. Om. Let's do two more like that. Inhale, gentle pause. Om. One more. Om. Take one more inhale. And as we exhale, bring the arms parallel to the floor. I'm going to turn so you can see again. With elbows slightly bent and the palms up. And now we're going to add a little bit to our mantra here. So we're going to be saying Om Jyotir Atma. And that simply means I bow to the light within my heart. And this is to incite joy and energy into the heart center. So try and follow along with me. Om Jyotir Atma. And inhale with a gentle pause at the top, two more times. Om Jyotir Atma. One more. Gentle pause. Om Jyotir Atma. And then bring your hands to heart center. Release your hands down to your mat. Whoops. And let's step back into downward facing dog. Take a breath here. Inhale, shift forward to plank pose. Exhale to lower, however you wish. It might be knees to chest, it might be chaturanga. And inhale to lengthen into cobra or up dog. And exhale breath takes you back to downward facing dog. Let's have 3 breaths here in down dog or child's pose. You choose where you'd like to spend your resting pose. Nice inhale, ujjayi breath. Nice exhale, ujjayi breath. And take one more inhale, and as you exhale, let's step, walk, or float to the top of your mat. Inhale to lift your heart. Exhale, Om silently in your head as you bow. Inhale, bend the knees, sweep wide. Reach up as though you could touch the sky. And exhale, Om silently or out loud as hands come through heart center. Release, and let's get ready to do our second side. Taking another breath here. We're going to look over our left shoulder this time and step our left foot back. And then we're moving into our warrior one on our second side here. So bending the front knee as we inhale, reach up to the sky. And if you have some problems with your ankle or your knee, you can also do this in crescent, being up on your back toes, if that is a better position for you. But it's a little more grounded having the heel down in warrior one. But choose what works for you today. So let's do 3 breaths with just Om and a gentle retention, either fingers together, hands together, or wider to make space for your shoulders. Inhale, gentle pause at the top of the breath. And exhale to Om as the belly draws in. Om. 2 more like that. Pausing. Om. 1 more. Om. Take 1 more inhale as we reach up and lengthen. Exhale, release the hands parallel to the floor, elbows bent, palms facing up. Lift the heart as you inhale. Gentle pause. And then we come to our longer mantra. Om Jyotir Atma. 2 more times. Om Jyotir Atma. Last round. Feel that vibration. Om Jyotir Atma. Take 1 more breath. Hands to your heart. Hands down to the mat. And step back, either down dog, child's pose, as a resting pose, or taking a flow by coming forward to plank pose and using your exhale to lower. Using your inhale to rise up in your choice of back bend. And let's all exhale back into child's pose with a mental Om. Let's inhale and make our way up into downward facing dog. Taking 1 more breath. And then stepping, walking, or floating to the top of your mat. Inhale, the heart lifts. Exhale, we bow down. And inhale, we rise all the way up and draw into your heart center. Just take a moment in mountain pose just to feel into the body. Close your eyes. Ground in through your feet. Find your breath, your center. And then we're going to make our way down to our mat. Inhaling, reaching up to the sky. And exhaling, we bow down. Inhale, lifting the heart halfway, silently oming as we bow to the earth. And stepping to the back of our mat in down dog, dropping down to our knees. And then we're setting up for bridge pose before we wind this class down. And we're going to do our mantra in bridge pose as well. So, I'm running out of room with my little puppy obstacle here. But bringing your heels, your feet hip width and parallel, and heels a little closer to your sit bones. And we're going to start by just moving in and out of bridge. And as we inhale and rise up into bridge, we'll lift our arms overhead if that works for your body. So inhale, reach up, lift the hips, reach the arms overhead. As we exhale, we're slowly going to lower and use our mantra that we've been using. Om Jyotir Atma. And let's do two more like that. Inhale, reach overhead and lift up. Om Jyotir Atma. And last one. Om Jyotir Atma. Just pause here for a moment. Feel the vibration as you let your hips settle onto the earth. And now let's do one more bridge, but we're going to hold the bridge this time. So as you inhale, lift the hips. You can intertwine the fingers under your bum and roll the shoulders under. Or you can bend the elbows, point your fingertips to the sky and press elbows into the earth. And let's stay here for 3 breaths. Opening the heart in this very gentle inversion. One more round of breath. And then let's exhale and lower all the way down. Release, take a pause here. And then arms wide. Bring your shins parallel to the floor. You can also keep your feet grounded, especially if you're having some low back problems. Otherwise, take an inhale. And as we exhale, the knees are going to drop over to the right, coming into a supine twist here. Letting the heart be nice and open. See if you can let the breath flow both into the front ribs, the side ribs, and the back ribs here. Sometimes we forget to breathe into our back ribs. On your next inhale, we're going to come back to center. Take a pause and center. And taking another inhale, and we use the exhale to move to the other side. Again, don't forget to breathe the breath into the back body as well as the side and front ribs. And use your next inhale breath, coming back to center. Wrap your arms around your shins, maybe rock from side to side. Bringing breath into the back body and awareness into the back body. And now you've got a couple of options. You can release into a short shavasana, which I'll ask you to set a timer for this short practice, anywhere from 3 to 5 minutes. If you've got time for 7 minutes, that's even better. Or you can now move into one of our other practices. It might be pranayama, might be meditation, or it might be another physical practice to extend the physical part of your practice today. So choose whichever option is best for you and the time that you have today and how you're feeling. And thank you for joining me for this short practice today. Namaste and have an amazing day.